Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Colonel's Corner. Joining us today is Wilkes University football head coach Jon Drach to discuss the team's Week 11 victory at Moravian and preview the Cape Henry Bowl this Saturday against Bridgewater College. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, a huge 41-6 victory at Moravian last weekend. What was the energy like in the team after the game, after you clinched that bowl spot?
I think we're really excited. I mean, the guys put a lot into that. I know that was one of our big goals, is to play in postseason play, and we put ourselves in a situation to do that. I thought we maybe played our best game of the year, finishing the season, which is always how you want to end.
And what does it mean to you and the team to be hitting that goal and playing in a bowl game this year?
I think it means a lot. Like I said, it's a goal off our list that we had coming into the football season. I think it's constant progression for us as a program. I think we put it together on offense, defense, and special teams last week against Moravian, and it showed in the outcome. When we can play clean football and we can do the things that we need to do on both sides of the ball to limit opponents, I think that puts us in really good situations to win football games, and I think it was great for our kids to be able to fight back after coming off of a tough loss the week prior, but to really show some resilience and bounce back from that.
Now let's dig into this performance against Moravian. Let's start with the offense, a big day for them. What stood out to you about their performance?
I thought we were very efficient. You know what I mean? I didn't think we took a lot of negative plays, and we were very good about not turning the football over as much as we possibly could. We played a lot of guys. I think we played 4 quarterbacks in the game. We rotated a lot of guys through, which for me is a sense of progress in the fact that every one of those guys that stepped into the football game elevated themselves and played at a high level. And no matter who's in the football game, we want to be able to execute. And I thought they did a really good job of that in the game. We were able to really spread the football around, whether it was JJ or Jules or Devin. You know what I mean? We were able to really spread the football around to all of our different receivers and all of our different weapons. And that's when we're playing the best, is when we're able to spread the football around.
You mentioned limiting the turnovers on offense, but the defense forced quite a few. 4 turnovers, 4 sacks. Talk about their performance on the day.
I thought they killed it. You know what I mean? They really set us up to win that football game. They set us up with field position offensively. They scored 2 defensive touchdowns. They turned them over. They confused them a little bit, and they were really, really physical with their front and got after the passer as much as we could. Going into that game, their quarterback's the leading passer in the league. You know what I mean? Their offense is extremely explosive, and we really limited some of those opportunities on the edges. We kept the football in front of us, and we made plays when it was time for us to be able to make plays. Whether it was Jesse coming out of the defensive backfield and making a bunch of big plays, Brandon Holcomb running up the sideline on that pick. I think that we've corrected a lot of mistakes that we've made in previous weeks, and they've continued to build and grow as a unit, and those guys have done a great job of hopefully hitting their stride as we enter Week 12.
And that's the key. Going into the Cape Henry Bowl, you want to be hitting your stride against a tough team in Bridgewater College. What have you seen from them on film this week?
Good football team, super athletic, really big and strong on both their fronts, dynamic players on both sides of the ball in the defensive backfield and the offensive backfield. Tailback is a really, really explosive player. If you give him an inch, he's gonna take it. He's a powerful physical runner, but he also has a ton of top-end speed and some wiggle to be able to make some people miss. On the defensive side of the ball, super multiple in coverages and fronts, but the front is very strong. They limit you in the run game, and they try to make you one-dimensional, and then they have some really good athletes on the edges to be able to force the ball back inside. So very tough matchup for us. I know we're excited for it, and we're going to be excited for the game this weekend.
And how have the Colonels been preparing in practice this week leading up to the big game?
I think we've got a lot of energy. I think that's one of the things we really always try to focus on a weekly basis. They know that this is the last week of football for them, and we're putting everything we have into it so we get this win.
The Cape Henry Bowl at Schmidt Stadium this Saturday with kickoff set for 12 p.m. Coach, thank you so much for the time, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.